Hello, hello. Thanks for coming. Today I'm going to continue to look at some of these many discs that I got. And I suppose what I really also need to do is keep track or make a pile of ones that are empty and ones that are full. I did want to try to run the performance test on one disc that does seem to be completely empty. Maybe I won't do that right yet, but soon. Alright, so back to the discs. Here's another verbatim disc. I always like that name, verbatim. Did you get it verbatim? Yes, I did. Oh, okay, hang on. Now, here's something funny. I've just turned on 64 on, and it's going crazy. And the cursor is going weird. And there's things coming up. And I might think, oh no, it's dead. Something terrible has happened to it. Well, you know what it is. It's the autofire on the joystick. The other thing that can happen too is if you have a joystick plugged in and it tips over, it can be sending things. And this too can cause trouble. Hardball. Well, there do seem to be things on here, but they seem to be a little weird. I'm going to just try and see what happens here. Well, it's doing something. Anyway, so yes, keep that in mind. If you have a joystick plugged into, I think mostly to port number 1, not port number 2, you are susceptible to causing weird things happening. Weird things. Not terrible things, just weird things. Doesn't mean anything's wrong, just either cracked by Eaglesoft. It doesn't mean anything is wrong with your computer or your joystick, you just need to set the joystick back up. Best thing to do if you're not playing games is just unplug the joystick. And certainly don't leave the auto fire feature on. So this is doing something, so I guess there is something on this disc, so I will put this farther back. And yes, anyway, this does seem to be taking a while. But that's okay, because this is a 1541, and that's what it does. Now, in terms of things, I think I've made it pretty clear. Oh look, Quantum Link, free discs, yeah. I am not a fan of GEOS, never have been, never will be. Oh. I wonder if it spent all that time loading in that pretty screen and that song. It does seem that this is some sort of baseball game of all things. Shocking. Shocking indeed. And yeah, I think a lot of that it just spent the time loading was just that thing. That's it. I think maybe after this does its thing, I'm not going to try and load things. I was interested in this thing. It says T-Pug on it. Also has a number 22. Like maybe there's some filing system, or maybe this was the 22nd disc in some massive backup, and it's nothing of what it says it is anymore. I don't know. I just don't know. But we'll see. So this is loading. This is still the 1802 monitor that I still have to clean up, tidy up. Someone was reminding me that there was supposed to be a cover, a thing that went all the way around, and of course the other 1802 I was working with, which is beige rather than the model for the Plus 4 and the Commodore 16, it doesn't have this cover thing. Probably it got all scratched. And they said, oh, enough of that. Or maybe they just didn't like it. I don't know. But so far, this monitor seems quite happy. I have tortured it more than most. I'm just listening. Yes, the disk drive is still spinning. That's a good sign. It is. I just wish it would hurry up. Because I want to get on to other things. Maybe I should not have bothered to load that. I should have just saw that there was something there and said, well, that's enough of that. Perhaps. Oh, no, I heard something. Use either joystick to select option. I guess. Oh, okay. Press spacebar to play ball. I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh. Perhaps this is a two-player game, and perhaps I'm pitching. Or perhaps I'm not. Oh. Maybe I have picked a pitch. Maybe now I have to pick what I want to do. Oh dear, what is going on here? I think maybe I need two joysticks and I need more patience. Enough of that for now. I will see about this. That's okay. So, this disc does seem to have something on it. So at this moment I have not come up with a way to come up with keeping track of that. What I really want to do is look and see if this is a T-Pug disc or if it is some other strange thing. And yeah, it comes up as it is blank. Now, I don't know why exactly I turned it on and off, but I did. Right, I don't remember if I looked at this. And I think I did. Oh yeah. Okay. It has nothing, so it's, I don't think it's anything of consequence. I'm going to look at this disc. I believe it was the one that wouldn't read. Right. Okay. So, let's try something here. I'm going to take the performance test, or it's the 1541 test demo disc. I'm going to load the performance test. I'm going to take the disc out, put it over here. And then this disc, which is at this moment unformatted and crap, we're going to try and run it through it and see what happens. It might work. It might not. So far, discs that have things on them, I have put back here others back there. And well, I guess I'll put that. No, I'm not going to put that there. That's weird. I'm going back to the box. I looked at the box. I did. There are some discs that are in little boxes, and there are many. IBM WP5 says this box. Is that what that is? I don't know. Maybe. Oh yeah. No, I looked at this box. Oh. The unit is failing. Yes. Maybe what we have here, unit is failing. Maybe what we have is okay, I think I'm going to reset the disk drive. Excuse me. We could have an actual bad disk. Or it could be dirty. We will see. I do hear spinning. What is this? Lots of discs that are not marked. The box. I don't think I've looked at this box yet. Double-sided, double density. Lots of little writing. Well, lots of things to explore. Not like I don't have bunches of discs to go through. So is this I'm not sure if I'm hearing the head moving. There could be trouble. What is this? It's a natural box. Oh, there we are. Discs marked. Unit is failing. Oh. Alright. That's too bad because it looks like a nice disc now. The thing we need to find out now is this disc dirtied the head? And the answer is no. Alright, that's good. At least I think it has not. So what I'm going to do, I've loaded the performance test. I'm going to put in the disc that I often use when I do the performance test to make sure that nothing is wrong here. That sounded good. Yeah, that sounds much better. Oh. Single single-sided double density. Soft sectored with hub ring. Test emitter, single-sided. 48 tracks per inch. Interesting. Too bad. A pretty disc, don't you think? But it may be kaput. It might be. Let's see what else. Fast second. Disc master. What is this? Oh, this could be a bunch of things. Could be kind of a club disc. Alright. So this is passing. Yeah, well, there's a lot of stuff here. Lots and lots and lots. I think what I might do after that disc has failed is this disc here is very much the same as it, but it's different. So I think what I'm going to do after this passes is I'm going to try and format and run the performance test on this disc, because, well, I'm just curious, like, are these, I know there's stuff on some of these discs. I know it. There we go. But are they going to be workable and reliable and, you know? And the answer at the moment is, I don't know. So as I remember, there was like some little nothing on here. Oh, we're still not there yet. We're not there. But we will be there. And it will pass. It will be fine. So now the scratching, writing, reading. Alright, so this disc can go off here. It's an easy time to mix up discs, let me tell you. But I'm not going to. At least I will do my best not to. So, if I remember rightly, this did have like nothing. A thing called AD and then there's nothing there. So, we will once again load. The performance test. And I know it's called performance test, so I just type in load PERF asterisk and then it just gets it. So now I will take this disc, which is the same looking as the other verbatim disc that was not happy, and then we'll see. It even seems to me the other one didn't even bang the head nicely. And I don't remember hearing a whole lot of head movement, and head movement is, you know, normal. And I hear head movement. So maybe what we have here is just a bad disc. Maybe. Maybe I should go get a disc notcher or a pair of scissors and try the other side. Maybe one side is good, maybe one side is bad. But is it worth the trouble? No, probably not. I'm not sure if I'm hearing the head moving as much as I think I should. Oh, maybe I am. Alright. Well, we'll see in a moment. We shall. Let us. Oh my. So when this guy said that there were hundreds, Math Blaster, IBM 360K, I don't doubt that there were. And if there are, I cannot read this writing. How are we doing? We are passing. We are passing. So that is a good sign. Oh, but we are flashing. We have failed. Oh no. We have failed. Interesting. Alright. So that disk has failed. And this was another disk that had really nothing with much on it. And anyway, if you ever get, and you probably will at some point, a whack of disks, you know, it's exciting to go through. You may find stuff. This is what I'm always concerned about, finding stuff that I really shouldn't find, like tax information, or I guess more that's something that might turn up on a more modern machine. But you never know, you know. So I'm going to just try and format this other disk that was blank, and then see what. There's no point in really looking at more of these disks right now because I can't go through them all at this second. So I'm going to put things back in the box. It's funny how this Load and Go, which has the Adventures, it's been cut open horribly. So much so, I really can't get it close. And it's got a knife on here. It looks like it's been cut open with a knife, and the plastic is sharp. And I'm afraid I will hurt myself with it. And when I oh my god. Okay, I see what's happening. Alright. The whole sleeve has come out. And I don't mind, well, not the sleeve, but the whole thing, the packaging has come out. Boy, this is I wonder if I can get this back in. As I was putting it, oh boy. As I was putting it before, I just thought I'm going to hurt something. And probably me. Okay. Alright, it's back in. It can go in the box. So this disc here does seem to be formatting. It did say on it TPUG AAIL. But that's just the sleeve. So, anyway, I have not broken the drive yet. I have not. Anyway, undoubtedly, it will take some time to go through these discs and see what it is that maybe is worthwhile and maybe not. It's, oh, there we go, we're scratching. Okay, so that disc should be. Okay, now it has this sticker on here. Is this sticker going to turn into a mess if I try and take it off? Or am I going to bend the disc? Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm going to put this disc over here because I think it's another good blank. And I think what I will finish up with on this episode is I really don't like the idea of giving up on this pretty disc. So I'm going to just try and initialize it, which it did do. And then I think I'm going to run this through again and see if a second go does it. I remember when I used to help at TPUG and copy discs on occasion, a copy would fail. And it didn't mean that the disk we were copying from, or the disk we were copying to, was bad necessarily. It just meant something in that copy just didn't go right. It didn't go well. And so, you would, when the light in the middle of the drive went off and said red, because we have bunches of drives there, load them up, copy, unload them. But if the thing came up funny, especially if the arrow light was on in the middle, you didn't do that. You didn't take it out and say, oh yeah, that's good. You said, no, that's not good. And try it again. And generally speaking, on the second time, it would copy fine. So things happen. Oh, yes, they do. So just looking around here, I just see that, like most areas I sort of work in, they seem to get full. What I really need to do is take all the cleaning things I have and tidy this up. I do. But I'm not going to do that now. See if this one, that sounds okay, does any better. But then I always wonder, should I trust it? Remember, these discs are 40 years old, maybe? Mechanical test. Now this is where it went bad before. Writing data. It's flashing. It's flashing. It's toast. Okay. Interesting. So it will not accept data. Very strange. And this one was even worse. Anyway, these are the two discs, and why am I torturing myself with these two discs? I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm going to put these back here, because I know that they are okay. And I think I'll turn that off. Let this continue to putter along. And call it a day for the moment. We'll see what else I can find. And maybe, if I find two joysticks, I can try and play that baseball game. Or maybe, at some point, I can get it set up where Andrew and I can try it. Because he is rather fond of baseball and rather pleased that the Blue Jays and the other teams in the major leagues are playing again. And indeed, the first spring training game was today. And he was quite upset that it was not anywhere to be televised or broadcast or anything. But tomorrow is a new day. It is. So, I'm just listening. I'm listening. I'm curious. Still doing it. Oh, isn't that interesting? When I turn this on, got a little red in here, a little green in here, but it faded away. But the green is still there. Huh, interesting. Interesting. Let's try that again. Unit is failing. Continue. No. Okay. Bad discs. I think what I'll end up doing, because I like the sleeves, is I'll probably keep them. And the discs, not so. Not so. Anyway. Yeah. Thanks for coming. Always a pleasure. Until we meet again.